Alright, everybody. How are we doing today? I know it's not quite time yet, but I figured a couple seconds couldn't hurt. And, today we're going to be playing a little bit of Loop Hero. As far as I understand, it's a fairly new game. And, one that I've been absolutely addicted to. So, we're actually going to go ahead and start a new save slot for all of you guys in case you're new to the game. We'll go ahead and keep the tutorial just so that you guys can get a good picture of how this game works. So, I guess I should probably move my face here. That'll probably work. Yeah, it looks good. So the stars in the sky, they're going out one by one. No one notices it. No one can stop it. I'm racing to the last place where there is still hope. I need to make it before it's too late. Sounds of agony will quickly fade. The world will be destroyed. Even the memory will be gone. And even if there is absolutely no change of bringing it all back, there will always be someone who is willing to do the impossible. In a place without space, without time, and without memories. Where am I? I can't see anything except this path. My head is killing me. I remember only a skeleton with a staff in the sky. This darkness was coming from him. Did he destroy everything around here? Just standing here won't do me any good, I guess. Planning phase. Change between adventure, which is when you're actually traveling your loop, and planning, which is whenever you're just kind of stopped in place. Press the right mouse to switch. So, change the game mode. Now I'm in adventure mode, and I'm traveling. Hope I'll be able to find some shelter before nightfall, if such thing as night still even exists without a sky. Pay attention to the day progress, which is up here. New enemies usually appear at the end of the day. Some enemies, it takes a couple days, it takes certain criteria to meet, so on and so forth. A living ball of slime, quite a nuisance. They digest anything they can. Hey, I remember this creature. Maybe I just need to freshen up my memory and everything will go back to normal. Traveling, fighting, and most other actions are done automatically, so I actually have no control over the fight here. The only thing that I do have control of is if I start scrolling over, the hourglass will pop up here. That means that everything is paused so that I can read all of their stats and such. Same with the hero. So that blue bar underneath the green bar, which is obviously their health, is their basically attack gauge. Once it fills, they get a hit in. And that gray gauge that just dropped, every time you make an attack, the gauge drops. If it hits 0, your attacks are slowed by half, and it has to build back up before you get your full speed again. It's hard to fight with your bare hands. I think there's a weapon in the remains of this thing that's not fully digested. So, by killing a creature, I also got equipment. And I equip them to their slots. I think I remember that there was a grove nearby. Are these even my memories? Or do they belong to the slime? So, whenever I killed him, I also got a card, which I can place. Certain cards can only be placed in certain places. Per the tutorial, this one has to be placed specifically right here. And basically what's happening is, since memories and everything else was swallowed up, he is a guy who can remember, which doesn't sound all that great, but it's the reason why the world still exists. And then you get new items and cards during battles, and which we've already done. Some items have unique abilities. If it's gray, it has no abilities. Blue, it has one extra ability, like this one has Vampirism, which whenever I hit them, I get a portion of the health back. If it's, I think it was yellow, it has 2 extra abilities, and orange has 3. And then they have the cards. Over on this side here, when I scroll over the card, it'll tell you what's going on about the card. So, +1 to attack speed, +2 HP, +2 HP more for every adjacent rock or mountain. And if I'm not scrolling on anything, it'll just tell me the stats of my hero. So, health, equipment, loot, and any possible stats. So damage 8 to 12, because my base seems to be 4 to 6 anyway. So equip that, and it drains the item. You don't get to keep it, you don't get anything from it, but now I have Vampirism. And then I can place these in spots. So forest over there. We'll put that rock there. Why not? Great, so there was a mountain over there, and here is a forest. The world is just like new. The branches and stones in my backpack are a sure sign of that. Some of your actions will yield resources, so whenever I place those down, I got a resource of each. And then, of course, different types of areas grant you different types of resources. And I think it's time to get some rest. So that is a loop, hence loop hero. Every time that the loop increases, the enemies and the loot you get from enemies increases as well. Your campfire, you heal 20%, as it says. And when you're on your campfire, if you return to camp, meaning you run away, you will not lose anything, because you did it when you're already at camp. And then you can always choose to retreat or stay. We're going to retreat because that ends the tutorial. It's cold and dark here. A small fire can solve both of these problems. Nice place to set up camp. There we go. We have camp now. And the tutorial is officially over. So let's get into the world here. So this screen will expand in a minute. But this is the first boss, what he looks like. As you can tell, it doesn't give you everything, but this path, everything is wrong, but I remember. It looks like a completely different place, and it's empty again. Do my actions have any meaning? Like I have a choice. If I need to give up and cry to save the world, I am the worst savior of all. Let's go for it. Let's do this. So now I'm just starting another loop. As you can see, it's randomly generated. Sometimes the loop can mean different things. Go ahead and start stacking up my rocks over there again. I just like working from the corners first if I can. I don't know why. So, as you can see, oh shoot, oh well. So as you can see, my health increased. I took a tiny bit of damage from the slime, but I've gotten +2 to health for both of those. And then Meadow heals 2 health at the start of each day, so when that fills up, I heal for 2. Now, if I put this next to something that already exists, such as this rock here, turns into a blooming meadow, which heals for 3 instead of 2. It's not a lot, but whenever you have 15 of these things, that's an extra 15 health every day. And it seems like in general, one loop is roughly 3 days. So Spider Cocoon spawns a spider once a day on a cocoon that it's on a spot that it's next to. So we'll keep oh, finally a weapon. So we'll just keep on a truckin'. Cemetery spawns a skeleton every 3 days. We'll put that there because there's really no downside, at least not yet, of putting certain things in certain spots. And then mountain, basically improved rock, but you only get health for what it's next to. Grove, we'll just space out all our monsters just in case. Beacon and Road Lantern. So Road Lantern, if I plop it down somewhere, the big thing is it decreases the maximum numbers who can spawn on each tile. Unless you have special conditions, that maximum is 4. With the special conditions, it can be 5 that you're attacking. And then Beacon, you move around your loop faster, but everything also gets a 20% attack increase, or attack speed increase. So it's not the biggest deal, but I've seen some people put those in spots that look a little weird, but my god, did they zoom across everything. So let's go ahead and throw it there. We'll and then we'll just keep on trucking. So every time you pass over certain areas, you get certain materials. So I got pebbles from the cemetery, and from the grove I got sticks. There's some spiders and a treasury. So now I've got treasury to place. So I'll put it there. Whenever you surround it with like rocks or meadows or whatever, you are able to empty it out, which means you get a bunch of extra resources for later. And then damage to all, so every time I attack, it'll damage everything on the screen for 2. So not this screen, but the battle screen. Battlefield is real nice. Put it over here, and I'll put another rock down here. That way I get the extra health boost. I'll complete this little bundle first, and then I'll start building the, oh, I got a lot from him. Nothing good besides the shield, though. It's not good, but I didn't have one before, so yeah, see how I move much faster right then. Which is good if you're trying to just kind of go through the loop without passing days. But that's equivalent, so that doesn't matter much. Another blooming meadow. See how I already got one resource from that. So it'll give you a trickle of its loot every time you pass by, or every time you surround it with something. Let's see here. I'm trying to think. That's probably the best spot. Oh, got some armor. Almost didn't see it. I wasn't paying very close attention to my equipment. Okay, so another thing with Battlefield. If I put these right next to each other, those 2 spots that overlap will become what's called a blood path. And a enemy called a blood clot will spawn. Not the easiest enemy, especially with the equipment I have. So I'm gonna space them out to where there's only one blood path spot. Yeah, blood clot every 4 days. And skeletons are heavy hitters, but they're slow. Ooh, level 3 with attack speed. Yes, please. Okay, and then, ooh, nice to have an Oblivion card. So basically, this thing, anything that I touch with it will be gone. So like, let's say that there's 4 spiders on here and I'm at like 5 health. Clearly I'm not going to be able to take those spiders. Get rid of them. That's what the Oblivion tile's for. Though if I'm at 5 health, there ain't much that's going to be able to help me. Ooh, 2 Oblivions. More health. Man, this is, I'm on loop 3. I only have 1 level 3 equipment. Oh, well, speak of the devil. Let's see. Do I want attack speed and regeneration or high counter? Typically I go for the high counter, but I think this one I want the regeneration for now. So my health is not doing... It's not bad, but it's not doing well. Ooh, level 4 shield. So certain pictures obviously have certain abilities. Okay, yeah, orange is the one with 3 extra abilities. I'm gonna say that that's a straight positive. 1 extra defense, 2 magic damage, and 7 counter. Yes, please. Ooh, Vampire Mansion. So anything in that aura will get vampires. Yeah, and it's not a per day. This is one of those special conditions I mentioned, where basically anything that it's touching will get a vampire plus the enemies. So that'll make the ability to have 5 things attacking me. Let's go ahead and finish this up. So this 9th one will make a mountain peak. Adds just a bunch of extra health. But it also spawns a harpy now every 2 days. They're pretty heavy hitters and they're quick, so they are not the easiest things to deal with. And my health is somewhat low. Don't really think that I can... No, I'll just put it there. Why not? Let's go hard. Ooh, level 4 armor. A lot of extra max health. If I could get a stronger weapon, that'd be great. So I think I'm gonna put this road lantern here, just to thin out the enemies that can spawn with the blood clots. And then I have Oblivion cards in case something gets out of hand. And speaking of getting out of hand, on the 10th rock spawns a goblin camp. That is an absolutely horrible spot for the goblin camp. So I'm gonna get rid of it. Now it's gone. Go ahead and start filling that guy up. Yeah, I can't believe I've only gotten 2 meadows though. That's ridiculous. Oh, yes please. Evasion is always nice. we got? Level 3 weapon. No, not worth it. The enchantments on this are way outweigh the 2 extra damage. Nope, vampire's talking to me. Back off, human. A vampire? Where are your lands? If your farmers need help, I would be glad to offer it. No more lands, no more flock, only hundreds of years of emptiness, and hundreds of years of hunger. And yeah, vampire form is not pretty. Save yourselves while you still can. I don't know how long I'll be able to keep my head straight. What hundreds of years are you talking about? Your mind is easy to trick, but you can't trick my hunger. It demands its share. Every sip, every drop of blood will go to satiate it. I'm too weak, but you can help me and I will set this crumpled world right. Right, I'm doing this not just for myself, but for everyone, in the name of good. So be grateful for my hard work and just let me bleed you dry. Yeah, and because he's so hungry, he's attacking me. Big thing about vampires, though. Whenever they pop in, they have 30% vampirism, which means that 30% of their damage they do to me comes back as health. And they give... Vampires often owned our lands. They kept the peace and helped our settlements to prosper. But this won't do at all. Now they are just pale shadows of their former selves, both physically and mentally. Apparently the blood of other creatures can't sustain them. He wasn't joking about the hunger. Even the creatures that stand near him are imbued with the power to devour someone else's life. So what that's saying is even that slime had a small bit of vampirism. Ooh. Yeah, let's just go heavy on the attack speed today. No, definitely not that shield though. Grove. Don't really need another grove. Be nice to have more loot though. We'll hold on to it for now. 4 enemies, and because of the vampire, these things all have a little bit of vampirism. Finally got a meadow. Another mountain. I don't have any vampirism. Or regeneration anymore. Ooh, magic damage or evasion. I think magic damage will be more prosperous in this situation. So we've got a harpy that's getting ready to come down. And of course it's spawning with another enemy. And then 20% attack speed. So it's a mimic? Is that what I'm gathering? No? Huh. Yay, more meadows. There's really no positive to extending the cemetery, but let's do it anyway. Another treasury to start on. And I will say, even for a roguelite, this game can get very repetitive. So that blood clot, what happened was because of the battlefields as well, enemies on adjacent tiles, which is everything in the aura, can become ghosts. So that's what that was. Blood clot died, it became a ghost. Now, the ghost can also become a ghost. And it literally turns into an enemy called a ghost of a ghost. It's kind of strange, but it's loot. So, yep, not a mimic. Cool. Ooh. Do I want the magic damage or do I want my vampirism back? I think I want my vampirism back. Damage to all defense and regenerator. No, not versus the attack speed encounter. Sorry, Charlie. Oh, what do I got here? Magic damage, damage to all, and vampirism. we'll just keep trucking with this. At least until I get something that's clearly better. Not that. No. Let's get another mountain going here. I still have one more Oblivion card if I need to. That's not going to be better because those magic abilities are really helpful a lot of the time. Oh, no. What do you mean, no? You want to save the world, you want to ask for help. Our answer is no. How did you... But why no? We see far away, we see deep inside. For a long time there has been just emptiness instead of the sky, but it doesn't stop us from seeing. For saving the world is one-sided and naive. Each person sees their own way of saving the world. That's why no one will ever join you. Fine. I don't fully understand it, but tell me your version. What does to save the world mean to you? My progeny and my kin, for them to be strong and to live. It is a part of the cycle of life and death. It is life itself. It is the world. I will kill you and feed your remains to my starving younglings, and life will go on. How many lives does your blade give birth to by killing again and again? Only one. I don't want you or your children to die from starvation. Please, try to see reason. If my mission succeeds, Harpies can have all the sky and all the hunting grounds they need. I can't feed my children with your beautiful words. It's time to say goodbye. So, on one end, we're kind of the good guy, but I feel awful. By fixing one evil, I'm becoming the source of another. So, yeah. There's no home for Harpies except the highest mountains, but there's no food there. I can't imagine how they managed to survive if their mountains were cut from reality. Yeah, so kinda the good guy, but also kinda the bad guy. It's a strange mix. So this is going to fill out, and now it's empty. So empty treasury, if I don't get rid of it, will spawn gargoyles every 3 days that will just kind of come down like the Harpies do. Fortunately, the gargoyles are pretty easy to deal with, so I don't generally worry about gargoyles. They're heavy hitters, but they're super slow. Like, they're slower than the skeletons. And let's see here. Damage to all defense and equal counter. No thank you. Plus 16% vampirism. What do I have right now? 8? No, can't do it. No. If I had like a super high damage build, I would go fully into vampirism. Like, vampirism plus counter is like super high tier strat that I've found. I don't know if there's one that's higher. I'm sure there is. But as of now, that seems to be the big one to go for, is vampirism counter. A little bit of attack speed doesn't hurt, but vampirism counter is my big one so far. Also, it seems that this orb of expansion is gathered by killing in groups of 5 or more. There's a chance of getting one anyway. Don't need any more spider cocoons. I'm already hemorrhaging health. Ooh! Yeah, regeneration! Defense upon defense. Nah, I need the other stats. Sorry, Charlie. And I'm just going to keep these Oh, that blood clot's really hurting. Super heavy evasion up. It's almost a new day. What am I healing? 30? God, that's not a lot. God, and those aren't even good either. Oh, and I didn't mention it. Every time that these fall off because my packs, it turns into a random material. I think it's based on what the material is supposed to have been made out of. And it seems like most of the time it turns into metal. A small piece of metal that survived the Lich's curse. Sometimes this is all that remains from armor or sword that you haven't looked at for a while. So I think metal is mainly gained from running through enemies and basically dissolving your equipment. I don't think that's the only way to get it, but that's the big one that I found so far. And then, boom. More materials, more, ooh. Attack speed down, but defense up. And evasion and vampirism. Yes, I need that vampirism pretty bad right now. I could use the evasion, but I don't. Actually, that's a pretty good percentage right now. Yeah, let's run that evasion for a little bit. Go ahead and put these meadows down so that I can heal even more. Of course, it had to be a harpy. At least I was fast. Grove. There's rat wolves. Another meadow. Rip my attack speed if I do that. That's a lot more damage. You know what? I've got some vampirism. The more damage, the better. Okay. Decent heal. Forgot about the vampires down there. At least they give decent loot. Ooh. Oh, let's drop that. Yeah. Net positive, I think. Let's see, where are we at? 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15, 16 mountains. I can place 3 more mountains before I have another camp on my hands. Oh shoot, they're not below me. Another road lantern. Let's drop that. Here. These harpies are gonna be the death of me. So gargoyles very, very slow to wind up. So, ooh, heavy vampirism. Then I'm just gonna let it run. Oh, maybe. No. Not in place of all that vampirism. Another treasury. Well, that's why I didn't want to drop all my rocks, but oh well. I still have 2 Oblivion cards. And if I need to, I'll just empty it. Hasn't popped up yet. Starting to get kind of weak though for these enemies, which is not good. May have to turn tail here soon. Okay, and whenever you fill up your deck, it'll get dropped off, and just like this stuff turning into metal, they will turn into memory fragments. 10 memory fragments complete a book, and I know the book is used for the library, which you can build later. Not sure if it's used for anything else though. Either way, they make it sound like it's something important to have. Oh, no, there's the goblin camp. Didn't see it spawn. And then we'll put a road lantern here, I guess. If I go below 200 health, this will be well, I'm still gaining health for the moment, so that's not a bad thing. Okay, there's 5 enemies again. Okay. Losing health quick. But so are they. Okay. That could have gone better. Could have gone a lot worse though. Put the load lantern here, I guess. I just want to fill that up and then shoot. Probably should have fled a while ago, but I decided I wasn't going to. Okay. Meadow, mountain. What do we got? Defense, vampirism, and regeneration. Yes. harpy. Harpies are disgusting to fight. God. I'm hurting. Like, I am super hurting right now. And of course, spiders have a high evasion. Stop! Where did these goblins come from? I don't remember remembering you. We remembered ourselves. Now give us all you've got. You have no idea what's going on, right? Why don't you help me restore order in this world first? And then you can do anything you want. Goblin must drop. No other order in the world. Fair enough. Guess I don't have any valid objection here. Oh wait, I do. How about death? So, goblins are definitely not a joke to mess with when they're in groups. Strange how these creatures appeared here on their own. Maybe it means everything is actually not so bad and the world is trying to restore itself. Or that even the apocalypse isn't enough to get rid of some pests. It's a level 8 sword. With counter and evasion. God, sometimes they just yield such good stuff. It's all random, and that's the part that hurts the most. Oh, rat wolves. Oh, got another battlefield. Meadow. Beacon. Let's put you there, I guess. Another rock. I'm definitely going to have to run on this one because there's a harpy I've got to fight. 34 to 50? Okay, I gotta. That was so much more. I think that might have kept me alive. God, my health. Yeah, we're fleeing. My health's at 100. So since I'm retreating on the camp, I lose nothing. And now there's campsites for these people. I can't believe it. Hey everybody, the boys managed to return. Survivors. Does this mean I'm not alone anymore? Where did you come from? Is there still a place without darkness? We don't know where we came from, or I guess we can't remember. These people you see are only a small part of what's left of the group. I think. You're not sure? We're not sure. We reached that conclusion because of the abandoned luggage and leftover rations. With each day, new signs of presence of people that, as far as everyone knows, have never even been with us. It's like we forgot. You forgot? Exactly. It's like people disappear every day and we instantly forget they even existed. Almost as if we forgot the place we came from. And our families. Maybe even ourselves. My name is Yoda. That's the part I still do remember. Nobody else's memories is much better. That's why I remember so little about myself. Everything is forgotten. But wait, you said that I managed to return? That means you remembered I was here. Yes, that's why it's so important to us. We saw you leave, but you were gone before we could approach you. Listen, we can't wander around in this emptiness anymore. There's a campfire, a few sleeping bags. Real luxury in these dark times. What do you say? Oh, of course. I'd be very grateful if we could team up. I want to restore everything. I've begun to remember the world as it was before, but there's no point to it without others. It's too lonely. Remembering the world? I don't understand what you're talking about. I'm too exhausted. We'd be glad if you could help us. We'd be glad to help you. Just don't ask us to go with you. I don't know how you managed to return, but for us, leaving the group is too dangerous. I will ask no such thing of you. For now, I just want to have a place to return to. A place where I can hear other people's voices. We weren't joking about helping you. Here are a few things that survived the cataclysm and don't vanish. Can't be forgotten. Take them. You might need them. Yay, so I started out with a couple extra resources that she gave to me. So now that that stuff has happened, I can build. So, good place to start. Well, let's see. How much stone do I have? I have 9. I don't have enough food for both. Oh no. Well, I think the potions are going to be a little more important right now. So we'll get the alchemist's hut. It's a miracle that we could find some fertile soil, and that we were able to save some seeds of precious healing herbs. But the real miracle is that all these healing poultices and balms still have any effect. We've already lost many people because of the cataclysm. It would be nice not to lose more to disease. And these potions can also help you. Take a bottle or two on your trip, and your chances of getting back unharmed will be much higher. So now, when I start my expedition, first off, it gives me all of my information. So this is everything for chapter 1. Their strength is actually -5 in chapter 1. And the class that we are right now is the warrior. Doesn't really have anything heavy going for him. He does gain damage for every extra second of the fight, which can come in handy. And then these are the stats that he can have for his equipment. So, regeneration, evasion, counter. That's the potions that we have. They restock when we go into camp. And then cards. We can now customize our lists. For right now, I'm just going to drop the beacons. And I think I'm just going to drop the beacons for now. I don't really care too much about looping as fast at the moment. But, well. Oh, whoops. That's not what I meant to do. Retreat. Another success. You've returned and we still remember you. Unbelievable. Yeah, it's good to be back, but I'd hardly call it a success. My old memories of the world are gone. The path is empty again and there's only darkness everywhere I look. Interesting. So technically you remember that there are things you have forgotten. We should find a way to use that. Let's talk about something more positive. You managed to tidy this place up. It's time for the next step. What do you have in mind? Expanding. We have all sorts of craftsmen, from cooks to alchemists, but they need a place to work. We can't use the materials from around here. Turn away and it's just gone. I'm afraid only you can solve this problem. The materials that survive your trip always look suitable for building. These are just stones and splinters. How can you build something with them? Curious. I noticed it with the fire you made. Things you obtain somehow infect everything similar. Only in small amounts, but it's still something. Even a small branch is enough to make a wooden wall without constant supervision. So, yeah, that's the basics of what's going on. So you're this special dude who has the power to remember what's being torn away from this world. And trying to figure out how to stop the world from being torn away. So, thanks everybody for watching. If you liked it, awesome. I'll keep it going. Just make sure to let me know. And if not, then I'll find other things to play. I'll test the waters and see what y'all like. But don't forget, if you missed the stream, you can go ahead and go to YouTube. The channel is Wayward Hyena, and you'll be able to see it there shortly. Well, have a good one.